Hello guys, this is going to be a smoke alarm overview of a pretty cool unit, I would say. I think it's pretty cool. It's one I've never made a video on yet, and it's very old and vintage. It's really rare, and I'm on with Hydro. If I can, yeah, there's Hydro. Yeah, kind of already saw the unit there when I accidentally did that. So, about to pop it out in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. This is a BRK model 769AC. This one is not the ACI, which the reason for that is, look at that. You see, there's a hot and neutral wire and a ground wire, but there's no interconnect wire. This means that's why it's an AC, because there's no interconnect on this version, which is pretty rare to see. And there's his right there. Yep, there's his. Yeah, his is the rectangular base, which means his is older. Mine's the circular, newer base. So you can see, this one has a test button, of course. And the basic things about this one, 120 volt hardwire, with this one has a ground connection, which smoke alarms don't have nowadays. So, let's just open this thing up. Without further ado, let's open this thing up. 3, 2, 1. Alright, there you go. As you can see, you can open up yours. Yours looks very similar, except you remove the plate on yours, like the little cardboard plate on yours. You remove the cardboard plate on yours, so yeah. Sorry about the Discord pings in the background. I forgot to turn my notifications off. But as you can see, his has the older buzzer style, and this is from 1978. His has the older style buzzer. Yeah, well, this one doesn't have that. This is a newer buzzer, and this one's a lot louder. It not only rattles the floor, but it's a lot louder.
And also, 769 AC labeled motherboard.
Yeah, and mine is labeled 769 ACI because there's a spot for the interconnect wire, but it's just no wire there.
Mine has just the 3.
Yeah, which means this is pretty much not kind of redone a little bit on the older ones. Well, this is just a version that just took the interconnect wire out and called it a new model. It's pretty weird. But as you can see, this one, according to this date code right here, the 1 designates the year, meaning this one is from 1981. As you can see, this is a BRK branded buzzer, and Hydra's is the same, even though this is older. Same BRK brand buzzer.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is obviously 120 volts. As you can see, you know what I also noticed? On the cardboard, it's a bit different. The cardboard has changed. Like, they have a sticker on the cardboard in the newer ones that says, contains 5 microcuries of americium. Well, it said that on the older ones, it said it was embossed into the cardboard instead of a sticker on there.
I can confirm mine was embossed.
Yeah, because he has the older one. So yeah, this thing, here's a little history of BRK. I'm gonna tell you a little history about BRK's hardwired only units. So the first one. No. I'll tell you. Don't worry. The first one that first came out was the BRK SS69. If I can get this cover back on. The BRK SS69, which came out along with the SS718. It was among the first ever smoke alarms made in the public. So that was that. And then after that was first made in 1969 and made until like mid-70s. And then in the mid-70s, they came out with the SS729. Early mid-70s, they came out with the SS729 and SS749, which we all know how the SS749 ended up. It ended up being like a tragedy because a big failure because it got recalled around 1975 for, kind of exploding due to incorrectly rated resistor. So, and then after, but the 729 was not recalled. The 729 was not recalled because it used a different way to get power. It used a transformer instead of a resistor. But then they came out with this. Then they came out with these, which in the late 70s to early, they came out in the mid late 70s. And then the early 80s, they had the 1769 ACIs in the early 80s. And then the mid 80s, they had the, see if I can find it. I have it too. Hello, if I can find this dang thing. I'll pause the recording until I find it. Alright, and then they came out with these. This one's in very bad condition. They came out with the 1839 ACIs, which this one's bad in condition. As you can tell, like the cover tab's broke, so I had to do that. This one, it still works, just the cover tab's broke. But they came out with the 1839 ACIs in the mid 80s. This one's from 1986. And then after that, they came out with the 4919s, which were made in like early mid 90s. And then the 4120s, which I have a similar to, just the version with battery backup. It's almost exactly the same, except has except the one I'm talking about does not have battery backup. This one does. It's just the battery backup model. The 4120, I should say, not 4120B. The 4120 was made from 1999 until around 2004. I actually have one in my great grandmother's house. I'm probably gonna get that replaced soon. But they were made from 1999 to 2004, and then the 9120, which was made from around 2004 till 2015, and that's it because then UL kind of, or whatever, they kind of made a new standard where they have to have battery backup, which makes sense. Oh yeah, I forgot about the 1839N. I'm so stupid. They came out with the 1839I. I meant they came out with the 1839, then the 1839N, and then the 4919, and then the 4120, 9120. There we go. I'm stupid. The 1839 was like late 80s, and then the 1839N was early 90s. I'm so stupid. Thanks, Hydra, for reminding me. Yeah. Thanks, Hydra, for sounding your 1839I off so you can help me remember. Anyway, I'll do a short testing clip of this one. I'll pull in a short testing clip since I can't really test it here. Because it's late at night, so I can't really, and I just don't want to disturb any neighbors. So, yeah, I'll test that. I'll just put in a little testing clip of it. Alright, this is me a little test of my 769 AC. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, as you heard, it has a very loud buzzer sound of like these typically do. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I think that'll be all for this one. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and Hydra, do you want to say anything else? Yeah, they do. They use the same cover as 77R because they use the exact same cover because, like, if you notice, it says and it talks about the battery units, which in the case they just recycled the covers. Yeah, wait, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, mine has a little. This has this. Hydro's doesn't have that. It's a bit weird. Yeah. Yes, it's very this thing rattles the floor. And not only that, but mine is really loud. Not only does it mine and rattles the floor, it's super loud. Hydra's not that loud, but it rattles the floor. Yeah, you don't have to use the ground wire. I didn't use the ground wire, so I don't really trust it anyway. So yeah.
In fact, this bad boy does not have the ground wire enabled, and
That almost maxed out the camera, bro. It rattled the camera even. I could hear the rattling through the camera, bro. The mic.
that's how loud they are.
Yes, that's crazy. Anyway, that will be all for this smoke alarm overview. I hope you all have an excellent day, and bye.